Hey folks, Roland Martin of TV1, the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and you're listening to WEAC Radio. Do something.
Making calculated moves is how you say it with your chest. Making calculated moves is how you say it with your chest. Making calculated moves is how you say it with your chest. Sometimes I do the most, but I never do the less. We learn life lessons from the game of chess. Increase critical thinking that'll help us out a mess. No stress, just analyze the position. Plan our next move and trust our intuition. Gotta make a decision cause time waits for no man. Say it with your chest.com, check out the program. We have a guest that suggests intelligent hosts that reflects. You can call in or post on internet. Unifying together to the side with best. Unify together to the side with best. This is your host, Bishop Hambone on the microphone. Listen to Sayitwithyourchess.com radio every Wednesday, 8 o'clock. It's your moves. All right, and we're live. This is your host, Bishop Hambone on the microphone. Finally, it is here. The first show, Sayitwithyourchess.com radio. Now, you might be wondering, a radio show about chess? Oh, yes. And today we have some special guests with us in the studio. We actually have some youngsters that play chess in the community. And there's a lot going on in the chess world that you all might not know about. We have the Chess Millionaire coming up in Atlantic City. We have the World Chess Tournament coming up in New York. That's right, in our own country, two of the biggest chess events in the world are going on this year in 2016. But let's get back to Anacostia and what's going on at home in the DMV. How many of you ever heard of the movie Life of a King? Maybe a lot of people, maybe not that many, but this was a major motion picture, and it was also a major motion picture based on something that happened right here in the DMV area. Mr. Eugene Robinson of the Big Chair Chess Club had a movie made about him recently. And not only about him, about the youth that he was helping. So let's get to that youth and how chess helps them in their life, why they like to play the game, and if it actually helps them outside of just playing on the chessboard. So first we're going to have them introduce themselves. These gentlemen have been on for a little bit of the prior segment and talking about some other things besides chess. But now, gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, tell us what school you're from, and why you enjoy playing the game of chess.
Okay, my name is Paul Gray. I attend Hardy Middle School in the 8th grade. And the reason I like to play chess because chess it helped me think. So in chess it's a very thinking game. So when I'm in school doing my work, I think of chess that I know what it is, what's good, what's a good move to do, and what's not.
That's very interesting that you bring that up, that you think of chess while you're actually doing your schoolwork. So what are some of the things that you learn in chess that help you do your schoolwork better exactly?
The thing I learned is concentrating. And like I said, chess actually gets me to think very hard about what move I should do and what move I shouldn't do.
Different options that you have,
Yes.
right on. Now, you have a couple of friends with you here. Let's see if they have share the same experience or something a little bit different. So, who's up next? Go ahead and introduce yourself. Don't forget to say your grade, your name, and what school you're representing.
My name is Jawan Smith. I attend St. Francis Xavier Catholic Academy in the 8th grade. The main reason I like chess is because, well, it does help you with everyday life because you learn how to strategize and, like Paul said, to learn how to make your next move. And in chess, you have to strategize and learn how to make your next move, and you have to learn from your opponent, and in everyday life you have to learn from your opponent, which is life.
Excellent, young man. And now, let me ask you this. Since you put those excellent words to the game of chess and correlating it to life, is that something that maybe a chess coach or something helped you with and taught you, or is that something that you learned about on your own? Just say, you know what, I've been playing chess for a while, and this is how it helps me with life. Or was that something that one of your coaches taught you to say?
I've actually learned it, like, the experiences from myself, because, like, someone actually taught me how to play chess and, like, what it helps you with. But as I went on, I learned more stuff and more things that it helps you with. Because he didn't tell me that it helps you, like, strategize on everyday life and learn how to make your next move.
So you just picked that up on your own. Excellent, very good. And we have one more. So, young man, you can go ahead and switch seats with your friend real quick so you can step up to the microphone and tell us a little bit, one more perspective from a young man of why they're learning the lessons of chess and how it's helping them not only having fun playing the game, but helping them in other aspects of life.
Hi, my name is Demetrius Batty, and I'm in the 3rd grade and I'm attending Orr Elementary School.
Wow, only in the 3rd grade knowing the game of chess. So you're already in the 3rd grade knowing the game of chess. How is it helping you in school, and how is it helping you outside of school, maybe?
It's helped me in school because, like, when I'm like stuck on something, I think of chess to help me out. Cause it's like a thinking game where you can like think about stuff, and you could just think about stuff. Cause this is like a thinking game.
Very good, very good. And let me ask you, do you all familiar with the word patience? You know what patience means? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you something, and you can feel free to answer this also, okay? How would being patient apply in the game of chess? When do you need to be patient? Give me some scenario where you need to be patient.
Like when somebody's when somebody else is moving, you have to wait for them so you can move your person.
Okay, so that's just in chess though, right? Okay, you want to say something too? Go ahead, you can say something.
Another thing that chess helps you with, like what he said, but it also with chess.
Go ahead.
You have to be patient and wait to hear in your mind what you think your next move is gonna be. So you have to be patient and wait for your mind to react to what the board looks like.
Now, let me ask you all that. That was an excellent example of how you have to be patient when you're playing the game of chess on the chess board. Now, let me ask you three young gentlemen, how do you think that applies? Not when you're growing up, you just stick to your life, or you can give me an example maybe when you're growing up later on. How does being patient, how did the game of chess make you learn to be patient? How does that apply to something that you had to do in your real life? Give me a time when you had to be patient in your real life and you thought, you know what, I had to do this on the chessboard so I can be patient in real life too.
Well, being patient, not only in chess but in life, that helped me. There were times where I thought I was getting something, like from my mom that she promised that she was going to get, but I had to wait for it. And if I didn't keep rushing, if I kept rushing, I wouldn't have got it. Okay,
be more specific for me. What was it that you were trying to get that you had to be patient for?
It was a game.
A game. Now, was this holiday time? Was it Christmas, birthday, or was this just a game that you wanted?
Just a game that I wanted.
Okay, so not only did you have to be patient and wait for it, it wasn't a time thing. So you didn't know when you were going to get it?
Yes.
Okay, that's an excellent example. So it wasn't just being patient, waiting for a certain date like Christmas or a birthday. This young man didn't know when it was going to happen, but knew he had to wait and be patient. Now, you all live in D.C., but not just in D.C. Do you all know what part of D.C. you live in? Washington, D.C. and Southeast. And in Washington, D.C. and Southeast, do you know what's been going on this week?
Yes.
That's frequently. You already said yes quickly before I even finished. I think you know what I'm talking about. What is it?
there's a lot of violence.
Definitely a lot of violence going on. Now, do you think that playing the game of chess at an early age can help you make better decisions instead of doing something violent or getting you into a violent situation?
I would say yes, it would.
You would say yes?
Yes.
Definitely, or are you sure?
I'm sure.
100% sure, or just
Yes.
kind of sure?
Kind.
Kinda. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be honest, man.
Yes.
Because you never know. It's like in chess, right? You never know what the other side is gonna do. That is excellent because I think it can help you out too. And we're gonna talk more about that after we get back from the break. So we have these gentlemen.
I am so pleased to have the opportunity to present the Fannie Lou Hamer World Community Award to a woman most deserving, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. I present to you Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, 2008 recipient of the National Black Love Festival Fannie Lou Hamer Award. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply honored by the Black Love Festival to be the recipient of this wonderful award. I say wonderful because it is named after one of the most courageous women, I won't just say courageous black women, one of the most courageous women in American history.
All right, we are back live. It is your host, Bishop Hambone, on the microphone. And we are here with some youngsters that are doing their best to learn a game of chess, not only on the board, but off the board. And now, before we get into exactly how chess will help these young men and learn some life skills that'll help them stay out of violent situations, let's hear from one of the gentlemen that's responsible for teaching them the game. Sir, could you please come on and introduce yourself?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Marlon Ray.
Mr. Ray, now, let me first ask you, before I'm just giving you a praise and due respect for doing what you do, what made you want to what made you want to teach these youngsters the game of chess?
Well, initially, I was not skilled in the game of chess until just a few years ago. I still don't consider myself a good chess player, but I learned the basics at the Anacostia Library from a great teacher there and from some students as well. And so just applying the basics, I wanted the students to apply the basics to every step of life, and especially inside the school.
That is very key. I want everyone out there listening to definitely hear that fact and keep that in mind. The man just said he is not a chess expert by any means. However, he not only plays the game himself and uses his life lessons applied for other areas of life, he teaches it to other people to learn the game. And once again, not a master. And before we carry on with that discussion, Mr. Ray actually teaches one of the students that I used to teach. And what is that young man's name again, Mr. Ray?
Those are the Miles brothers.
The Miles brothers. Yeah. I have to give a shout out to them. Yeah. Not only Carmelo, but all three of the Miles brothers and their mom, because I taught them to play when Carmelo was, I believe, in first grade. Wow. And he is now in fifth grade, correct?
Fifth grade, yeah.
Over at Orr Elementary. So we're talking about a young man that went from one school to another, one elementary school to another elementary school, that had a chess program to another one that did not have a chess program. Yeah. But Mr. Ray decided upon himself, not a chess expert, to learn the game himself and carry it on and teach to others. So I just want to key on that to let people know if you might feel like, oh, it's too late to learn, or even some kids that might play and say, I haven't won a tournament, but why should I keep playing chess? It is still exercising areas of your brain that you are definitely going to need in every aspect of life. And Mr. Ray, we definitely appreciate the hard work that you're putting in and spreading the knowledge with these kids. Definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I know you have to go soon, but if you can stay on just a bit longer,
Sure.
we also have a gentleman, Mr. Orr Hudson, who now this gentleman is a chess master.
Wow.
But has done some lectures around the world and things. Excuse me, it's not Mr. Orr Hudson is still not called, but we still have a caller coming on soon. All right, caller 1, go ahead and speak to us. Caller 2, excuse me, go ahead and speak to us, please. Getting the lines mixed up. Caller 2, are you there?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. How you doing this evening?
Oh, man, I'm hanging in there. I'm all over the place, but I'm still making moves, still hanging in the game. What's going on with you, brother? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Well, my name is Terrell Freeman Day. I'm calling from Baltimore, Tubman City right now, representing Parole, Maryland. And I had to call and give my brother Ben just a vocal shout out of support. I continue to be astounded by what you have done with chess and how you continue to use chess as a vehicle and share your understanding of how it can be a vehicle for the transformation in others, with others, for others. And it's just been a wonderful thing to see, me knowing you as a friend so many years back in our college days. I think we're getting what the young kids would say old now. That wasn't just 2 or 3 years ago. That was some time ago. And way back then, I can remember when we were just trying to focus on the books and figure out our future. We're passing the time by with chess, of all things, and building friendships off of chess. Oh, I didn't know you played chess. Oh, I didn't know you played chess.
Hope y'all are hearing
and
this,
we
youngsters.
Take those boards from the grocery store that we purchased for $5-10 and play the most epic and memorable games and learn so much about our opponents and ourselves that we, as old men, talk about them now as we rendezvous for weddings and birthdays and other feel-good events. And so to see you extend some of these moments that I'm familiar with in much more organized, formal presentations and exposing them to the communities, school systems, to different power players and parents in your area. It's just really, really, really amazing. I had to take a moment here, stop, give a call in, and make sure that I, just vocalize my support to you and to all the different listeners that are chiming in so that they just have the best opportunity to understand the scope of what Say It With Your Chest has been involved in, people, places, locations, years in the making. So congratulations, brother. Thank you so much for the good works, and, we definitely want to keep supporting you and everybody else that's a part of your wonderful organization from the top down, from the old students to the young students, and as well as the teachers and instructors too.
Thank you not only for your vocal support, man, because this vocal support is even more than that, man, because just like you said, the longevity of not only our friendship but what it's turned into, and just sharing those messages that we share amongst ourselves to make sure that you called in and pass it on to these youngsters. Now, boys, I see that you are playing a game of chess actually right here live in the studio while we're on air. But did you get a chance to hear a little bit of what my friend Terrell was saying? Not even a little bit? You heard some of it? Did you hear some of it? Did you hear how old we were when we began playing chess? What age did he say? What kind of school were we in? Were we in elementary, middle, high school? What did he say? What? No, sir. He actually said that we were in college. So you guys are learning the game way before, and they probably still not half listening to me because they're so concentrated on their game right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because I know y'all setting up the next game. One of them needs to get some get back on the other one. But I know that you guys are getting exposed to this right now at an early age. And this is amazing because some people that, not just in their college years, just as your coach expressed to you, are grown and don't even know how to play this game, okay? And some people are grown and do know how to play this game, but you'll find out you get your skills right, you can even beat them. Because there is no advantage in the game of chess, okay? Anybody, any age can use their thinking skills. Everybody has the same pieces on the board, and there's no advantage. Once again, even if you're white, that means that you move first, but your opponent also gets to see what you're doing first. So now let's get back to where we are. Anacostia, We Act the Radio, Southeast DC.
Yep.
It's not a game out here, people. So with all this violence going on, can you, coach, and students, even though while you're playing your game, express to us how is this simple game, well, it's not a simple game, but how is the game of chess going to help you in real life? What are you going to do when you're confronted with a violent situation? What are you going to do with one of your friends encourages you to do something that you know you shouldn't be doing? What are you going to do when, just like you were talking about, instead of being patient, you can take something instead of having to be patient and wait for it? What decisions are you going to make? Boys, go ahead and help us out. Let us know what's going on.
Honestly, I would tell my friend.
Oh, we got speaking to the microphone, buddy. Give us a second.
Honestly, I would tell my friend, first, before you do this, think about what you're doing and think about the consequences that it's going to make. Mm-hmm. Think about the pros and cons, just so you can know what you're going to be headed towards if you do this.
Excellent, because you're not only thinking about what you can do on your side, but what can be done back to you. Just as you said, that would be the consequences, right?
Yes, sir.
Great job. So do you have anything to add to that, friend?
Would be, honestly, I wouldn't say anything to them because there were actual times where I was in that situation where I just had to take myself out of it.
So you're saying already in, correct me if I'm wrong, 8th grade?
Yes.
So you're telling me already in 8th grade you've already been confronted with situations where friends are trying to get you to do the wrong thing?
Yes.
Already that early, and you're already using the education that you got from chess and the classroom to make sure that you make the right decisions in those scenarios?
Yes.
Now, this is just 8th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. This is going to get a lot tougher when you get to be older, bigger, and the people around you are older and bigger, and the things that they're asking you to do are more dangerous and, at the same time, a little bit more interesting. So, let me ask you all, what do you think about some of the people that are doing those violent things in the area? What is something that you would say to them that might be able to help them make a better decision next time? Because maybe they don't play chess, but maybe they're walking past the radio station now or hear your voice on a radio station and need to hear some of the skills that you've learned from chess. So please go ahead and share what you would say to some of those people that are getting in violent situations and not making the right move.
I would say before you do that, whatever you do that you know not wrong, think first. Like, think before you act. And there's one person, my mentor, Mr. Ray, will always tell me this. When something happens, I have to think first. Because I have friends, actually, who still does bad decisions when someone trying to talk to them.
Excellent, excellent, young man. Now, thinking, just as your friend already said, not only means, and this is for, once again, the people out there that might not play chess, or even if you do play chess, don't use your chess skills off the chessboard, which we always need to make sure we do. You all need to make sure that you are thinking about not only how you're affecting or hurting the person that you're trying to hurt, but what can happen to yourself or the people that are around the people that you're trying to hurt. Because many of the situations that just happened, and as I was saying earlier, we were actually supposed to have a guest join us from another elementary school. But right now in Southeast D.C., some people don't even care to come outside if they don't have to. we just had 2 shootings in a school area. We had 3 shootings within 1 hour of each other. So once again, people that are making the wrong decisions, please think before you move. And once again, don't just think about yourself. Think about the others around you that could be affected by your actions if you get caught for what you're doing. Think about the loved ones of the people that are attached to the person that you're trying to hurt. Because whenever you do affect that person, it's not just going to affect them. And beyond all that, please, please, please think about these things before these violent situations even turn violent. Now, let's turn to the more positive things. Let's think about money. Who here likes money?
Me.
Everybody better be everybody.
I'm actually going through bankruptcy right now.
Bankruptcy in 8th grade? Oh my God. Making the right decision, not getting into trouble, but I don't know what this man's doing with his money. Well, we might have, I'm glad I brought that up then. I need to help you out with that. If you were in bankruptcy before you even have a bank account. Oh my goodness.
It's not his fault.
Now, let me ask you this, gentlemen. Because when I teach some of my students, and this is something that you might apply to, sir, or might want to use. I always use money or number value for the pieces. Are you all familiar with doing that?
No.
Well, let me introduce you real quick. Let's say that this knight is worth $3, okay?
Uh-huh.
And let's say that the bishop is also worth $3, okay? But let's say that this rook is worth $5. Now, these are just pieces on the board for people that might be familiar with chess or people that aren't. These are just pieces on the board. These are not any piece that is going to determine whether you lose the game or win the game, because there is only one piece that determines whether you lose or win the game. Now, what is the piece that determines whether you lose or win the game, gentlemen?
The king.
The king.
Or the $100 bill.
The $100 bill?
Since we're talking about money.
Because that's a good guess. That's what I was going to ask you next, is how much do you think the king is worth? And it is not $100, but it is well, I guess you could call it a number. What do you think the value of the king is? And I kind of gave you a hint, because notice I had trouble describing it as a number, so it's kind of a number. What value do you think the king has? Any guesses, gentlemen?
Infinity.
1.5 million.
1.5 million? That's a number.
Infinity.
Great job, sir. Your life is priceless. You cannot put a dollar value on someone's life, because right now, gentlemen, we have people that are losing their lives over money. Now, let's get back to the chess analogy. If you are playing chess and you lose $3, you lose your knight. And you lose $3 more, you lose your bishop. Can you still win the game?
Yes.
Yes. And does that mean you're in worse position than the other player?
No.
Not necessarily, because you might be in a better position to checkmate that player, okay? So I want everybody that does not play chess to think about that in your real life, okay? Because money is important, just as in the game of chess. Taking the pieces can help you get to where you're trying to go, which is to attack the king and trap it so it can't get away, which is what we call checkmate. But in life, you have to focus on a goal, and the goal that you usually focus on does not stem from money. So whether it might be having your family happy and healthy and being able to live a long life, that's a great thing. And money can assist you with doing those things. But money is not important over those things. Everybody understand that, gentlemen?
Yes.
Y'all agree on that?
Yes.
All right. Now, y'all have done a great job using chess not only to have success in school but out of school as well. Now we got to use it to make some money. So let me hear you gentlemen tell us, what are some things you're thinking about doing after you get out of school? What do you want to do when you grow up to make funds to support yourself and make money?
I actually want to be an athlete, and a lot of people ask me, if that doesn't work out, then what do you think will? And every time someone asks me, I say that I like to be a computer technician because I'm very good with electronics.
Very good, very good. Something that you love and something that you can actually get started on now. okay? Because I know you already know about working out and being healthy and all that, but do you also know about, let's see, writing code? Have you ever heard of writing code?
We did that on our last retreat.
Excellent, because I was going to say it's definitely not too young. They already have elementary school kids that are writing code now in schools, and there's a lot of free online programs where people can get exposed to it. So once again, that's the way you play chess off of the chessboard. That's something that you're planning on doing later on, just the same way you set up your pawns on the chessboard, set up your pawns in life. Get used to, exposed to it now. You might learn that, I thought I liked computers, but I really don't like them, and it's better to find that out early. So that's great that that's your interest, sir. Now, let's ask you the same thing. What about you, sir? What about you? What are you going to do when you grow up?
I honestly have the same thing as him, but further than computer technician, I actually probably want to be an engineer.
An engineer. Now, what type of engineer?
I haven't thought about it yet. Probably putting computers together or other things, or what my father wanted to do, which was not a computer engineer, but an engineer that designed the buildings. I forgot what it was called, but
an architect.
No, it was another type of engineer, but I forgot what it was.
Okay. Well, I'm not familiar either. That makes two of us. Make sure you speak in the microphone so we can hear you, okay, buddy? Saying some great things. Now, these two gentlemen are planning, already have aspirations for what they want to do when they grow up. And as I'm expressing to them, the best thing to do is to get exposed to that early. Now, have you guys ever considered actually making money off of chess? Can I ask you that? Have you ever considered that? No?
Yes.
Not even a little bit?
No.
One no and one yes. Oh, one no and one kind of maybe. Nothing wrong with that because what I want to go further on is there is, let's say, I don't want to say anything negative towards it because there's definitely some great people doing great things with chess. But let's just say underexposure of the type of things that chess can do. And I definitely believe that's limited to the type of jobs we have because you all are lucky to have someone that taught you chess in your school because, once again, there was no program. It's not an after-school program where you learned it, right?
No.
So what times of the day did you learn chess in this school?
It was during lunch.
You were kind of during lunch. So, like, when you were done your lunch, you were able to play chess.
Now, do you guys think it would be cool to go somewhere outside of school where you could play chess sometimes?
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't mean just a chess tournament. I mean, like, any day. You could go, like, right now, after this show. You think it would be nice to be able to do that?
Yes.
Yes.
So, once again, people out there that are chess players and might not be chess players, opportunity with chess. Something that's not only positive and can build people's critical thinking skills, but also something that has not been done yet that you see that these young gentlemen want to do. So please, let's make sure we give them more opportunities to do so. And you can definitely check out Sayitwithyourchess.com for more ideas like that, because there is something called Kings and Queens Cafe that we have an idea for. And Kings and Queens Cafe is actually an idea where people like you and me would be able to not only have people in to serve food, but have people in to come in and learn how to play chess. Now, you guys, I know only in 8th grade. And what grade are you in again, sir?
Same.
Both in 8th grade. Do you think you'd teach somebody how to play chess? Think you'd be able to?
I think I have to develop more.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the honesty. Well, let me ask you
Since
this.
I've started.
Do you think you can teach somebody how to move the pieces?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
That's a step. Because remember, step by step, we all learn bit by bit. It starts with the pawn game, and then you move on layer by layer after that, right?
Yes.
Now, you guys said you weren't thinking about having any type of career or making any money off of chess. What about after I threw that restaurant idea out there? You think you would like to either go to one or work at a restaurant where you're able to not only serve people healthy food and get their body healthy, but also exercise their mind and get their mind healthy by teaching them chess skills?
Yes.
I would probably want to work there because then I know I'm in an environment that I actually like, because I will probably help people that want to learn chess learn how to play chess.
Excellent, sir. That's just what I wanted to hear, man, because a lot of things that we do, not only on Sayitwithyourchess.com radio, but just here at weactradio.com, are to embetter the community. Because once again, there are a lot of things going on that we don't have absolute answers for, okay, gentlemen? So a lot of things going on that we see, you all might be questioning, like, oh, God, I got to go home and ask my mom or my dad about this. Or I bet there's a guy somewhere in a far-off land that knows how to solve this problem. Or I bet Mr. Barack Obama, if he were here, he might not be able to do it, but he would know how to fix the problem. And the thing is, just if you've been in chess games, sometimes there is no easy answer, okay? And sometimes, as you guys have just said, sometimes the best thing you can do is just be patient until you do come to an understanding and then make the best move, right?
Yes.
Now, let's get back to the chess a little bit more. Have you been in any tournaments lately? Because I know you all just learning in school. What about tournaments? You've been in any tournaments outside of school?
No.
No.
None? No tournaments? Well, we will have to make sure that we change that, because there are actually some tournaments coming up. There is a group called Chess Challenge in D.C. They actually have chess programs located within D.C. public schools. They help fund chess coaches to do after-school programs. There are other programs, just like you all, that have their kids doing chess in the classroom. And now, with Sayitwithyourchess.com radio, please, if you have a chess program, whether it's funded or not funded, reach out to us. Let us know if you have a tournament going on. Reach out to us if you need to find out where a tournament is going on. And you can also reach out to us just if you want to learn chess and learn some more about how chess will help yourself or help your child, okay? Now, gentlemen, this game that you're playing right here, right? Who's winning? Let me ask you that. Is it a tie?
No one. No one is ever
Well,
winning until they actually win.
This is the
Man,
second
this
game.
guy, keep on. Go ahead.
This is the second game, but the first game, I wasn't being patient. So I made a bad move. The bad move cost me the game.
That's an excellent response. But I must admit, man, your friend is creeping me out. Get out of my head, man. You keep answering the questions before I even get it all the way out of my mouth. But he is a... Yeah, remember you got to speak in the mic, though. That's the only thing. You got to let the people hear you, not just me,
I love
okay?
hacking the systems.
You love cracking the system. Man, you definitely love codes and chess. I can tell. Computer whiz in the making, man. Remember, code, you got to keep up with it since you're already on it early. Keep up with it. Like I said, you'll be able to figure out whether you like it, love it, want to try something else, even might want to integrate that into making video games, making apps for people's phones. But let's key back on the answer that the young gentleman said. The game is never over till it's over. And I'm just going to draw that directly back to some of the things happening in the area. Now, with all this violence going on, I want to just share a personal experience real quick while I was actually traveling on the way to the station the other day. A shooting had occurred, and so the bus had to take another route. And now, while that was happening, one of the young ladies in the neighborhood we were both passing the scene, so there was a young gentleman on the ground, you know what I mean? It's a tragic scene that you don't usually want to see. But there was no show of emotion. Do you all know what emotion means?
Yeah.
Being happy, sad, any of that. And so what I mean by that is that was somebody that she didn't know if she knew him or not, didn't really want to know if she knew him or not, because it was too much happening. Okay, so she wasn't even able to show emotion. She just put her headphones on, started listening to music, even started laughing and joking as soon as she saw that something like that was going on. And it was almost a sense of hopelessness, okay? Because before she put her headphones on, she was just saying again, nobody's going to do anything about it, man. These people need to stop doing this stuff. So, with that said, the game is still not over, though, because this young lady I'm talking about, she was only probably in high school, a little bit older than you all, okay? And already looking at her neighborhood and her situation and her life, like it didn't have as much importance or as much hope as other people's, okay? So I want you all to know, just because we might be in tough circumstances, just like you are sometimes, we're in a game of chess, that does not mean the game is over until it's over, all right?
The quote
All right.
of the day.
What was that, sir? You got to speak up on the microphone, remember.
The quote of the day.
That was the quote of the day? No, I don't think so. I think your man got the quote of the day over here. He was killing me with the questions. Every time I asked him to, he was ready there with them, man. He's seeing my moves before I made him on the board, man. Now, I'm going to give you all a chance to talk about something besides chess. Or anything you want to get off your chest besides chess. Gotta have something for us, man. Tell us about the ladies that you'll meet or something, man. What's going on with your life, chess player? What else do you do besides chess? You know that's not all we do. What? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I see you really coming in, man. Nothing else besides chess, so just chess, school, and learning how to be better. Only good stuff. No bad stuff. No silly stuff. None of that.
No. Nothing much.
Nothing bad, but a lot of times, like, sometimes I go to my friend's house and we have a really fun time.
A really fun time doing what, man? Like I said, I know all you all do is not chess.
Well, to just think about that, I was just caught in a situation.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in a situation where with my friend, he was caught stealing from a store. And I was guilty by association.
Oh, so that's why you were speaking, but then stopped speaking real quick. All right. Don't be afraid of it. No, don't start playing with the peas and all. It's okay. You already opened your mouth about it now. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just what we were talking about a little bit earlier about making the right decisions. Now, you were saying, I want you to go further into what you were saying because you said guilty by association. Can you describe to us what that means for some people that might not understand what that means? Because that doesn't mean that you did it, right? Go ahead.
Well, it means that it doesn't mean that you actually did the crime or whatever was bad. It's because you was with the person when it happened. So if you were with the person, they will accuse you sometimes. But it doesn't actually mean that you did it.
Okay, so you're not a bad guy. I could trust you, right?
Yeah.
I could leave my hat around you, right? This camera's not in danger. All right, just want to make sure. We are in South Beach. So, those people that just heard that guilty by association does not mean that you even have to commit a crime to actually get in trouble for the crime. So just once again, people, don't only think before you move, but you also got to think about the people that you're around. Don't just think about your moves. Think about the people's moves around you. Once again, your circumstances that are around you. So what about you, sir? Any other trouble situations that you were helped out of with the game of chess, man? Anything else you want to leave out there for us?
Well, it's not really the game of chess, but my mentor that just left, he taught me something that really helped out the past week, because he taught me that when people are talking about you or say something about you, if you know that it's not true, just ignore them or say thank you. And I've actually used that this week.
That's a very, very interesting approach. I like that. Now, I think about that kind of like on a chessboard. Let's say if you are playing a game and your opponent, you ever dealing with somebody trash talking while you're playing?
Yes.
Well, if you ever dealt with that, then you know the same thing just like you do in real life. Don't mind them. Do what you're doing. Stay focused and say it with your chest. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for coming in and visiting with us.